Welcome to Bowling Green, Kentucky, where this Saturday afternoon inside Diddle Arena, we have a showdown between these two Conference USA rivals, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers and the Charlotte 49ers. 49ers currently in first place with a 4-0 mark in Conference USA action. Western Kentucky right behind them with a 4-1 record in Conference USA play. And Jay, what a big showdown this is, and a pivotal game for each of these teams.
It is. It's early in the conference season, but yes, this is definitely one of the marquee matchups so far in league play. Charlotte, as you mentioned, undefeated so far. Western looking to even things up and hold serve here on their home court.
And that man will have a big part today for Charlotte. The Oklahoma transfer, Jordan Shepard, has found a home for the 49ers.
He has. He's playing very well. Does a lot of things for the 49ers on both ends of the floor. Be a big key today.
And key player today for Western Kentucky, it's Tavion Hollingsworth. What a show he put on in the victory against Old Dominion, where he scored 9 points, the final 9 points for the Hilltoppers during the final 38 seconds. They'll count on him today as well.
Well, he rescued him the other day from a big loss, and he will have to play very well today. He's a veteran. He's the guy they count on for leadership, for scoring, for defense, for playmaking, and he'll have to do all of those things this afternoon.
What do you think will be the keys to the game for each team?
Well, for Western, we know that beginning of the season, they weren't the deepest team. You lose Charles Bassey, your best defensive player and all-conference center, and lately you've got your grad transfer Cameron Justice out of the starting lineup, battling a lingering back injury, and so he's going to try to go today. But not sure what kind of minutes he's going to be able to play. So going to have to get some bench play from some young guards and Jordan Rawls, Jeremiah Gambrell, and stay out of foul trouble.
Looking at Ron Sanchez, the head coach for Charlotte, now in his second season as the head coach for the Niners. Assistant coach for Tony Bennett at UVA and Washington State.
Been with Tony Bennett a long, long time, and you'll see some similarities between the way this Charlotte team will play and the Virginia teams that you've seen be so good these past several years.
And there's Rick Stansberry, his fourth season as the head coach at Western Kentucky, a man you're very familiar with, and we're underway from Diddle Arena. This is a Charlotte team. They're averaging 68 points a game. They're built around their defense. We'll touch on that in a moment. They immediately go to Shepard, and Shepard kicks it in the corner. Open look for Martin, and he misses that short. And a quick pace already for the Hilltoppers, and they immediately turn it over.
They'd like to get out and run. Charlotte wants to slow this game down, both ends of the floor, be very methodical offensively. And West Kentucky would love to get in transition, make some things happen.
That time, Shepard with a head of steam was able to put one in. So you touch on their defense for Charlotte, Jay. They are second in Conference USA. They only give up 62 points a game, which is also good for 33rd best in the country. And another turnover against the Hilltoppers.
So they play the pack line defensive system, which Tony Bennett's dad, you mentioned that Coach Sanchez been a long-time assistant to Tony Bennett. Dick Bennett, the former Wisconsin coach, and implemented that system at Wisconsin Green Bay and the University of Wisconsin, and it's like a root canal. They really have to work hard to get good shots against this defense, pressure the ball hard, and everybody else is basically building a wall around the paint.
So it's not pleasant is what you're saying, if you compare it to a root canal. Shot clock under 10. Shepard underneath to the big fella, Bamba. And a rebound for Williams.
A lot of contact there going up, but no call for Bamba.
So Western Kentucky, they have turned it over their first two possessions. Here's a good look for Savage. Charlotte is in the middle of this three-game road stretch. They're coming off a big win at Marshall on Thursday. Bamba cycles it out. And this will be a turnover in the corner. Shepard stepped out of bounds.
A lot of high ball screens, as you see on that possession from Charlotte. It'll be interesting to see early in the game how Western's going to decide to guard that. We've seen a couple of switches already. Charlotte unable so far to get the mismatch inside that they want off the switch on the ball screen.
This is the 31st meeting all time between these two teams as Western Kentucky leads the series 20-10. Here's the freshman Rawls. He's making his 4th straight start. Misses the 3 short.
It's a typical possession for Charlotte. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and you still don't have a great look. You're a long contested jump shot against that stifling defense.
So Western Kentucky's opened up 0 for 2 from the field so far, and 2 turnovers due to that suffocating defense from the 49ers. Here's a wide open jumper for Martin. He misses everything, and an offensive rebound, and putback is good for Bamba.
Bamba coming off a really good game, 16-6 on the road at Marshall last time out, and showing the ability to go left hand off the glass.
Yeah, those 16 points, that was a career high for him. And a crucial win on the road at Marshall, as you said. Here's Savage underneath for the Hilltoppers' first bucket.
Just a heads-up cut by Savage. He lost his man on the baseline. Carson Williams able to find him on the cut.
Good look for 3 for the freshman Young, and he puts it through. He's been a bright spot this season for the 49ers. He's already been the Freshman of the Week in Conference USA 3 times this season.
We visited with Coach Sanchez before the game, and he mentioned, you know, we thought he was good. We knew he was good, but he has been a pleasant surprise. And this young man, as a freshman, has already had 2 games this year where he's played over 40 minutes. So you can tell that his coaching staff has a lot of confidence in this young man.
Just like that right there. How about that high percentage shot for Young? What a start for the 49ers. They're up 9-2 in the first 4 minutes of this ball game as they have connected on their last 3 shots. Western Kentucky will try to find some answers when we return to Diddle Arena.
Someplace warm.
Holidays. Snow Globe. Both agree on getting nurse insurance.
Sweet hands us.
Now time for the Med Center Health Injury Update. And that is Cameron Justice. You touched on it earlier, Jay. He has missed the last 2 games due to a back injury. Did not receive the start this afternoon, but he will be on the floor, at least the Hilltoppers hope at some point today. So that is the Med Center Health Injury Update, and that'll be something to watch for sure because he's a graduate transfer and he's really having a fantastic season, averaging 12 points a game.
Well, they could really use him. He's their most complete offensive player, probably, at least on the perimeter. High basketball IQ and just the experience that he brings to the table, steadiness that he brings. They're really missing that right now in a hole down 9-2 early.
Williams has it taken away by the freshman Young. What a start for Young. And Charlotte almost turns it over. Heads up play by Supakat to throw it off the foot, I believe, of Anderson to keep it alive for Charlotte. Early impressions so far through about 4 minutes in, or what, as we have a foul away from the basketball. This is against Charlotte. This is on Supaka, his first, and the first on the 49ers.
Yeah, just say early in the game that so far one team has been able to play they want to play and one team hasn't. And Charlotte has been that team on both ends of the floor. They've gotten quality stops, forced a few turnovers, and made it very, very difficult for Western Kentucky to get in a rhythm offensively.
Here's Hollinsworth. He was the hero in the victory against Old Dominion the other day. Hollinsworth, the junior from Lexington, is going to tee up a 3, and he's off the mark. And lucky for him, it hit off the face of a 49er underneath the bucket and went out of bounds.
Yeah, sometimes that air ball is the hardest rebound to get. It's hard to judge. It comes right at you pretty fast. Late in the shot clock, we got to have a great set here if you're Western Kentucky. Out of bounds.
Savage sees the clock winding down, and he gets fouled by Martin. Those are the kind of fouls that can drive Ron Sanchez crazy.
Yeah, that's the cardinal sin. You never want to foul a jump shooter, especially a three-point shooter. It's a bailout, big time. That was a forced shot at the end of the shot clock, and now 3 easy ones.
Here's Savage, the Austin Peay transfer, started every game this season for Western Kentucky. One of the better free throw shooters in Conference USA. He's only missed 3 times at the stripe this season. So Western Kentucky, they have started this game just 1 for 5 from the field, and maybe with Savage at the free throw line here for 3 shots, that'll get them some momentum rolling as he connects on all 3.
Western going to show a little full court defense here, maybe force the issue a bit.
Edwards turns it over. Hollingsworth up ahead to Anderson. Anderson is fouled on his way up. Got fouled by Supaka, his second. That's already 3 fouls against the 49ers.
Create the turnover on the sideline. That press was really, really good to the Hilltoppers in their last game out. Got them back in the game, helped them finish late, and maybe can get them energized, get some easy baskets here, because it's been hard to do so in the half court.
Well, Josh Anderson at the line here for the Hilltoppers. Really started to pick up his game once Charles Bassey went down for Western Kentucky. He has started the last 8 games, and he has responded by scoring in double figures in all 8 of those games.
Western will stay in the press, keep the heat on. Almost another turnover.
Yeah, almost a backcourt violation. Robb is in. He just checked in for the first time for Charlotte. Cooper Robb, the sophomore from Georgetown, Kentucky, averaging 6 points a game. Young misses short on the 3. Another rebound for Williams, his second. Rawls finds Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth is going to go inside. Throws up an air ball. Williams comes down with it. Still plenty of time on the shot clock here for the Hilltoppers. Williams will try a 3 and drops it home. That's something, Jay, he's pretty good at. He's shooting 44% from behind the arc this season.
That percentage is really, really good. He's more of a low post operator, but showing the range there as he has throughout the season. And not the prettiest of offensive possessions for West Kentucky, but right now feels good to see one go in the basket.
So after a slow start, the Hilltoppers are now on a 7-0 run over the past minute to tie it at 9. How about that tough shot by Jordan Shepard? Hits it over Williams.
Yeah, takes the contact, still able to get the ball up on the glass. Really good body control by Shepard in the paint.
Here's the freshman Rawls. He's from Chattanooga. Rawls all the way to the hoop, misses it short. Trying the old finger roll and it just wasn't there.
Yeah, just got to make those because you're not going to get very many layups in the paint in the half-court set against this Charlotte defense.
Nice feed to Bamba. So after West Kentucky went on a 7-0 run and tied at 9, Charlotte has responded nicely by taking a 4-point lead.
That was that high ball screen we talked about earlier. Just no help side there. No cover down for West Kentucky defense.
Savage misfires from behind the arc.
A big guy to get around, too. He sets that high ball screen.
Blocked out of bounds by Williams. We have a sub for both teams checking in for the first time for the Hilltoppers. Redshirt freshman Jeremiah Gambrell. He's from Houston, Texas, and he's averaging 2 points and a rebound. Luka Vasic is in for the 49ers. He's a sophomore from Serbia, averaging 5 points and 2 boards.
Gambrell in just to give Tavion Hollingsworth a quick blow, let him get back in there. Needs steadiness out of Gambrell at these few spot minutes.
Bamba goes right at Isaiah Kozart, who just checked in, and gets it to drop with that left hook. So the 49ers now on a 6-0 run over the past 90 seconds. Hilltoppers started this game just 2 for 9 from the field. Nice find underneath to Kozart. So the freshman from Richmond, Kentucky, gets it to drop. He's only playing in his 8th game of the season today.
That's probably the best ball movement we've seen from West Kentucky. The ball screen forced the double team. 2 passes later, you get a wide open layup.
Bosic misfires on the 3 attempts. Anderson turns it over. 4th turnover against West Kentucky. We got a good one so far inside Diddle Arena between the top 2 teams in Conference USA. 4-point lead for Charlotte.
Hyundai Pallet has row seats.
Come in with more fun.
Perfect trip to
You want this one?
comfort. Come in a Hyundai S.
The Hilltoppers with Heart program gives West Kentucky student athletes, coaches, and staff the opportunity to make an impact in the Bowling Green and Warren County communities. Passport Health Plan is a proud sponsor of WKU Hilltoppers with Heart. You can find more information at 1-800-578-0603. Welcome back to the action inside Diddle Arena. Graham Doty and Jay Walton, happy to be with you this Saturday afternoon in Bowling Green. As you see, Ron Sanchez looks on. He's got to be happy with his team start so far.
Especially that 9-2 start. And West Kentucky's settled down a little bit since that nice opening run.
Well, Charlotte's Day, they're trying to do something that they've only done once in program history, and that is win inside Diddle Arena. That shot nowhere near going down for Bosic.
Trying to take advantage of the freshman inside. Not able to do it. Good defense there by Isaiah Kozart.
One thing to watch, Cameron Justice is in the game for the first time today for West Kentucky. Remember, he has missed the last 2 with a back injury. Has it in the corner. He's immediately going to shoot it, but he steps out of bounds. So it's just been that kind of a start so far for West Kentucky.
Well, it is good to see that shot go in for Justice, even though he turned it over by stepping on the line. Just before that, he's just, simple. Relocate just a half a step to his left off the penetration by Hollingsworth and a wide open shot. If he could knock a couple of those down, it'd be really big for this West Kentucky offense.
He'll be one to watch today, mainly because he's a player that likes to get in a routine as the shot clock is under 10. Rob on the drive goes up and gets it to drop. He again challenged the freshman Kozart. What a shot from Rob. But to finish that point on Justice, Jay, he's normally the first one on the floor and will have his routine put up a lot of shots. He didn't get a chance to do that today with the back injury.
Yep, every time I've ever come up here, at least, 2 hours, hour and a half before the game, he's going full speed, getting hundreds of shots up, and today was not on the floor. And with that back injury, the training room was probably more important for him today to be able to get out here and help his team. But so far, it looks good. I can't tell by the way he's moving that he's feeling that at all, and hopefully he can stay in a good rhythm.
Only played 8 minutes against UABs, missed the last 2 games for West Kentucky. Savage with a good look, that pops out, and a rebound for Edwards. Slow start from 3-point territory for the Hilltoppers, just 1 out of 5. Bryce Williams for 3. Second triple for Charlotte in this first half.
Good extra pass by the freshman, Jameer Young.
Largest lead of the game for the 49ers. Hilltoppers haven't scored in over 2 minutes, and this will be an offensive foul on Justice. His first and the second on the Hilltoppers. Bang, bang play.
And the Diddle Arena crowd seeing that on the replay screen, and they did not agree.
Edwards is launching a three and missing short. Rebound number 3 for Williams. Tough start for Justice. He's played, 90 seconds so far, 2 turnovers.
Yeah, just a little bit too much right there. Like to see him get the ball moving a little bit more early in the offense. If it's not there on the initial fast break, get a little bit better ball movement and a better shot.
Yeah, that's not really his game, is it?
No, it's not. Great at attacking the rim, but
Pass kicked out of bounds, stays with Charlotte. 14 on the shot clock. Charlotte is shooting at a 53% clip to begin this first half. Young inside, gets it blocked by Anderson. Right now, Hilltoppers, they're just trying to get in sync offensively, searching for the first points in 3.5 minutes.
Carson Williams has been very quiet inside. I'd like to see him get a touch here soon in the paint.
Yeah, he's only attempted 1 shot, and it was the 3 that he made from the left wing. That was a foul on Charlotte as Tavion Hollinsworth got poked in the eye, it looked like, and now the refs will go to the monitors and check this one out. The clock stopped at 8:38 in the first half. Charlotte in front 20-11. Didn't look very vicious at all.
No, I think it's just one of those situations where anytime there's contact above the shoulders, it's straight to the monitor to make sure there's no ill intent. It shouldn't take too long.
So as the officials check this one out, here's a look at the replay. There's a different angle. Yeah, that looked like Edwards kind of reached in and just accidentally got Hollinsworth.
His finger right into the eye.
Can't be pleasant.
Nope. Nope. So we talked about Carson Williams. You know, a lot of times they run their offense through him in the post, and he's been unable to get that deep paint touch lately. A lot of times you'll see Charlotte double team the post when he does catch it. They will send immediate double team and force him to be a passer. So it'll be interesting to see if he can work out of that double team and get the ball moving for the open shot on the backside of the floor, or as he's prone to do sometimes, just bull his way through a double team. We've seen him do that plenty of times this season.
Be interesting to see how Williams handles that. So after looking at it, the officials do upgrade that foul to a flagrant 1. And again, that was on Drew Edwards, the graduate transfer from Providence. The official comes over and tells Jay. So maybe West Kentucky can use this just to try to find some sort of momentum, as the Hilltoppers haven't scored in over 3.5 minutes.
In a long drought, you know, Coach Stansberry's worked up a set play after this free throw, so we'll see who gets the shot coming out of this stop in the action.
So here's the junior Hollinsworth from Lexington, where he was Mr. Basketball and the Gatorade Player of the Year at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School, where he won a state championship. What a career he's had for the Hilltoppers. 3rd-team all-conference selection last year. Touched on it earlier, Jay. How about that performance he put on in the victory against Old Dominion, scoring the last 9 points in the final 38 seconds to secure the victory for the Hilltoppers?
It sounded like a pickup game towards the end of that. You know, most people, Rick Stansbury mentioned about 3 minutes ago, most everybody thought the game was over, except the guys on the Hilltoppers roster. They believed, and they rode the back of their leader, who got it done for them. And there's another very nice drive to the basket by Hollingsworth.
So on one trip, he records all 4 of his points so far to begin this game, to lead all scores. Here's a good look. That's short from Shepard. Here's Williams in the low post. He's calling for it. And the entry pass is intercepted from Edwards.
They wanted to get it to him, but that Charlotte defense, the length that they have on the perimeter, created deflection, not able to pound it inside.
8 turnovers now against the Hilltoppers. Edwards for 3. Third triple in this first half for the 49ers. First points for Edwards. Edwards, by the way, more 3-pointers made and attempted this year than at any point in his first 3 years. Nice pull-up jumper that time from Tavion Hollingsworth.
Yeah, I think he's got the mindset right now that I've got to keep my team in this game.
Pull it pass to Edwards. Is able to keep it alive to Williams. 5 points for Williams to lead Charlotte. Tough shot from Hollingsworth. He stays with it here. Shot clock is at 5, and his pass is intercepted by Cooper Robb. Robb will lay one up, and it spins out. And Hollingsworth comes away with it for the Hilltoppers. Gambrell, deep 3. Wow. And Ron Sanchez absolutely livid right now with his team after giving up the 3 to Gambrell, and really after the missed layup opportunity from Cooper Robb. Western Kentucky has sliced the deficit down to 5.
Hyundai Santa Fe and long-term, also racial quality. Best, it's better.
Five-point swing in favor of Western Kentucky. And it all started with a steal from Cooper Robb for Charlotte.
They've been able to force a few turnovers here in the early going, but on this possession, not able to convert in transition. And Western really fortunate right there to come up with that missed layup. And Tavion Hollingsworth leads the break. A couple quick passes, and Jeremiah Gambrell with a deep 3. He's one of those young guards that Coach Rick Stansberry's looking to come off the bench and provide some spark. He's able to do that with a big shot right there, get his team right back in this game.
Gambrell, that was his 5th 3-pointer on the season. Knocked away, loose ball. It's another turnover from Charlotte. That's the 4th one against the 49ers. And Hollingsworth goes all the way inside, and he is fouled.
Well, Charlotte, you can't float passes like this against this Western Kentucky press, particularly when Josh Anderson is playing the back of it. Did you see how much ground he was able to cover to come up with that deflection and steal? And then Hollingsworth, maybe an ill-advised drive, but when you're aggressive and you're attacking, good things happen, and he was able to draw the foul and get himself to the line.
Coming off the game-high 23 points against Old Dominion and the 2-point victory for Western Kentucky. Those 23 points, also his season high. 82% at the line this season.
As a freshman and a sophomore, Hollingsworth played more of a scoring role, had the ball. When he caught the ball, it was his job to go make plays for himself. This year, he played more of a distributor role and has had to adjust to that. But today, he's on the attack, and these last few possessions, been able to get to the paint, make some things happen in transition.
Knocks them both down. And his scoring may tick up, especially with no Charles Bassey the rest of the way for the Hilltoppers. Suffered that knee injury in the Arkansas game. Nice shot from Edwards. 5 points for Drew Edwards. And Anderson, that's where he's so dangerous, Jay.
You better sprint back to the other end. He really, really fills the lane. And here he goes again.
Anderson finds Rawls, and his pass taken away from Edwards. 10 turnovers now against West Kentucky.
Josh Anderson flying around the floor these last 3 possessions. And when we get a chance, we'll go back and take a look at that highlight finish in transition. It's got the West Kentucky crowd on its feet a little bit.
Here's Anderson involved in the play again. This time he crashes into Bamba for the foul. That's his first and the 4th on the Hilltoppers.
Just a little late on the rotation. But man, that guy can cover some ground.
This is really the first time today that the crowd has been into this ball game inside Diddle Arena. And it was from that spark led by Josh Anderson.
Yeah, Charlotte really needs to settle down this possession, get a great look in the half court after being sped up a little bit these last few possessions by West Kentucky's press.
Shot clock under 5. Here's Martin, finds Shepard for the deep 3 at the buzzer. Goodness gracious, Jordan Shepard just buries it.
Wow, that's just a backbreaker for this West Kentucky on this possession. Just a great defensive possession, force a tough shot at the end of the clock. And are we going to look at, see whether he got the shot off?
Back to the monitors we go. And looking live it looked like he got it off in time. And that this will count.
I thought it was good the first time. We'll see. Keep an eye on the red light.
Yeah.
I think that's basket's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quick look by the officials, and they do confirm it. So Jordan Shepard with the shot clock winding down.
Well,
Next on the deep 3.
That's what you want your best player to do, is to bail you out sometimes as a coach when you're not able to get your team a great shot, and he did that on that possession.
Shepard's a guy, Oklahoma transfer, played in 59 games, only averaged 3 points a game for the Sooners. Has a bigger role in Charlotte. Another turnover against West Kentucky. That's now 11 in this first half. Edwards underneath, can't hit. Freshman Young with an offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
Normally you don't want your point guard in the paint battling for offensive rebounds, but Young with the heads up nose for the ball and earns his way to the line.
Young from Maryland connects the first free throw. He's got 6 points. Averaging 12 points a game. That's a true freshman for the 40
Been their second leading scorer and off to a great start for his career. And I really like his game. And I'll tell you, I've watched a lot of basketball this season. Not many guys can go inline to inline with the basketball as fast as Jameer Young. He is really fast in the open floor.
There's Williams underneath. So you touched on it earlier, Jay, and that is really the first time that the Hilltoppers have gone to Williams in the post.
Yeah, able to get him the feed off the screening action on that possession. Usually he's a guy that likes to spread out down low, get position, and back his way down. But at that time, good job moving without the ball.
Nice play underneath by the graduate transfer, Drew Edwards. Stayed patient, was able to finally get one to drop. This will take us to the media timeout. With 3:40 remaining in the first half, Charlotte up 34-26. Showdown in Conference USA inside. Welcome back to Diddle Arena, where the Charlotte 49ers have an 8-point lead over the West Kentucky Hilltoppers. West Kentucky Lady Topper basketball senior guard Whitney Creech started 27 games at point guard a season ago, dishing out 117 assists against just 51 turnovers. The steady guard had either 0 or 1 turnover in 21 games and finished the season averaging 6 points per game. Creech has excelled in the classroom as well and was named to the Conference USA Commissioner's Honor Roll in the spring of 2019. She also serves on West Kentucky's Student Athlete Advisory Council. That's our spotlights on Whitney Creech. West Kentucky is connected on their last 3 shots. Under 5 to shoot. Savage, crank a 3. Almost grabbed his rebound back, but here comes Shepard. Brings it to the front court for the 49ers.
It's a great possession in the man-to-man by Charlotte, taking away the out-of-bounds play and then dialing in the half-court defense for the rest of the possession and forcing a tough, deep 3-point shot by Savage at the end of the clock.
And the scoring has been pretty balanced. 3 players with 7 points to pave the way for Charlotte. There's a foul underneath on the freshman Young. Might have been a frustration foul as Hollingsworth tumbled to the court. West Kentucky is now in the bonus, so Hollingsworth will have a 1-and-1.
Foul lines where they really stayed in the game up to this point. Very aggressive in transition, and now with 3 minutes left to go in the half, got a chance to shoot free throws the rest of the way.
First free throw good from Hollingsworth, up to a game-high 9 points. Free throws have been a calling card for Rick Stansberry, not only during his time as the head coach at West Kentucky, but all the way back to his Mississippi State days. They have attempted more free throws than their opponents as Hollingsworth goes 2 for 2. Not only do they attempt free throws, Jay, they make them. They're first in Conference USA this season, 78% as a team from the stripe.
You can win a lot of games by making layups and free throws.
Especially against a team like Charlotte, how good they are defensively. There's a foul underneath the bucket against the sophomore, Cooper Robb. For Robb, that's his first personal. This will put the Hilltoppers back at the line again for a 1-and-1.
This is a great job by Savage, but finishes the play on the defensive end. They forced the missed shot, but it doesn't matter if you can't secure the rebound. So he did a very good job of boxing out, forced Charlotte to come over the back, and now he's got a chance to put some more points on the board while this clock is stopped.
And Jay, the Hilltoppers are staying alive in this ball game by just making a living at the free throw line, as they are 12 for 13 as a team at the line today.
Savage is a guy, he's done this. I've watched him throughout his career. He's been able to, on the days that the deep ball is not going for him, he's struggling from the perimeter, he finds a way to get himself to the foul line or finds a way to get an easy basket to kind of get himself in a groove, and maybe that's what he can do this afternoon.
Robb for 3, short. Hollingsworth snags his 5th rebound to lead the Hilltoppers. Like to see that from your guard. Justice, reverse layup is good for his first points in the first half.
Wow, what a finish with the left hand, little English on the backside. Goes to the deck and hops up quick, which is a good sign. We know he's got that bad back.
Hilltoppers on a 6-0 run over the past minute. Martin powers one up and in and count the bucket. So Charlotte goes to the sophomore from Staten Island, and he says, you know what, I got us. Puts one up and in. Crucial bucket there.
Martin on the verge of falling down and turning it over, and somehow not only drew the foul, but was able to get the ball up on the glass. What a finish.
Here's another look at it. And again, just boos raining down from the WKU fans to the officials.
Really led with the shoulder.
Martin converts the 3-point play. Those are his first 3 points this afternoon. 5-point lead for Charlotte. Hilltoppers are red hot as of late, connecting on 4 of their last 5 shots. Who do they go to here? Williams calling for one underneath. They don't find him. Rolls, glides to the bucket and gets it blocked by Bamba. Martin misses, and a foul on Charlotte. I believe this will be tagged to Martin, or it will actually go against the freshman Young, which is his second. And this again will put West Kentucky at the line for a 1-and-1.
Savage again doing a great job on the defensive glass and being rewarded for it.
He's played well, not only today, but last few games. He's coming off a double-double, only his second career double-double in the win against Old Dominion earlier this week.
And on that previous possession, Charlotte unable to convert in transition, but it started on the other end. It looked like it was about to be an easy layup for Jordan Roth, and Amadou Bamba just erased that and ignited that break. He has really shown the ability to protect the rim and give this Charlotte defense some backline protection.
Yeah, he's a load, isn't he? He's listed at 6'9", 225.
NFL playoffs continuing tomorrow. He would not look out of place in either one of those conference
No, he
championship
would
games.
not. Shepard, count the bucket. That was a pretty shot by the junior Jordan Shepard. He actually missed the first two conference games for the 49ers this season due to a hamstring injury. Pretty good right there.
Playing well today, and they mentioned their balanced scoring. That's the way they've been throughout most of the year. Got several guys that can make things happen on the offensive floor, and just enough shooters to keep you honest. But right now, their offensive leader has been Shepard.
He's got 9 points to lead Charlotte. Under a minute to play in the first half. Charlotte has led the entire first period, as much by 9. Gambrell in the corner to Williams. Under 10 to shoot. Gambrell's gonna force up a 3. That's a line drive short. Offensive rebound for the Hilltoppers. They're 4th in this first half.
Tavion Hollingsworth content to slow down a bit. Gets the call from Coach Rick Stansberry on the bench. Going to set up a play.
Nice moves from Tavion Hollingsworth with a game-high 12.
I think that play's called Tavion, go get us a bucket.
And it pays off. Shepard, contact, and this will be a charge. With 5.2 seconds remaining in the first half. First foul on Shepard.
Hilltopper crowd really appreciates that sacrifice there, taking the hit by Carson Williams and giving his team a chance to maybe tie this thing with 5.2 seconds.
A game that has not been tied much. Only a minute 14 is how long we've been tied in this first half between these two teams. Hollingsworth jets all the way to the rim and plays it in at the buzzer. Tavion Hollingsworth. Unbelievable finish to this first half as Western Kentucky goes on a run and they slice a 9-point deficit all the way down to 1 at the break. Get another look at this. How did he do it, Jay?
Well, he puts his head down. He's thinking, I'm going to go until somebody stops me, and then I'll make a decision. But nobody from Charlotte ever picks the ball up. That's basketball one-on-one. You got to stop the ball in transition.
We have a good one inside Diddle Arena. Top two teams battling it out. 1-point lead for Charlotte.
Discover matches all Ashback at the first year. Millions Ashback matched. Match only for.
Well, not only do we have a great game on the court, halftime entertainment, we have a baby race inside of Diddle Arena. We had one come down to the wire before the victorious baby comes through for a couple happy parents. But on the floor, we have a great game as well between Charlotte and Western Kentucky. It is a 39-38 lead at the break for the 49ers over the Hilltoppers. And the first and second place teams squaring off today in the second straight road game for Charlotte. Western Kentucky is in the middle of their 2-game homestand, or about to wrap up their 2-game homestand, as get a look at the winner of the baby race that we just witnessed. Came all the way down to the wire before the victorious baby comes through. Inside Dill Arena, halftime score is Charlotte 39, West Kentucky 38.
Not a weekend trip.
I'm gonna take off.
Trade mobile apps.
Yeah, actually, I'm taking one last reward.
You have Thinkorswim.
Do I risk on this position?
All set. Have a great day. Nah, they're getting.
The app that fell.
Welcome back to Diddle Arena. Halftime score between Charlotte and West Kentucky. It's a 1-point lead for the 49ers at the break. And we now have a very special guest with us for halftime. It's the West Kentucky softball head coach, Amy Tudor. And Coach, a season ago, you won 37 games. How can you build off that momentum from a season ago that can help you for this upcoming season?
I feel like we returned a lot of our starters. Obviously lost some depth, especially in the outfield. But we've been there, kind of got heartbroken a little bit. But I think that's what we're going to build on is our success from the past and see where we need to get better.
How would you describe the team that you have this season?
Fun.
What makes them fun?
They're enthusiastic, they're energetic, they're positive, very talented, but selfless.
So for you, 7 years now as the head coach
Yeah.
at West Kentucky, what goes through your mind when you hear that?
I'm getting old.
But you've had a lot of success over the years. So, I mean, what's been the biggest thing that has stood out to you?
You know, the relationship with players is huge. Keeping up with the ones that played here before, the current ones. It's always special to have those relationships, success, and to see them be successful after they graduate.
This season, you guys host the Conference USA softball tournament. How much of a benefit will that be?
You know, I think it'll be nice to host at home. We have a great fan base. I feel like that our support is huge here in Bowling Green. It'd be nice for our 3 seniors to play on their home field the last time at the conference tournament.
Right.
We're looking forward to it.
What's the biggest thing you're looking forward to this season?
Just competing.
There you have it. That is the softball coach for West Kentucky, Amy Tudor. Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck this upcoming season.
Thank you so much.
Halftime score, Charlotte in front of West Kentucky, 39-38.
Flyers again?
15%.
Swap 5 years of service.
Swap up.
Yep, just swap.
What's it over?
Go.
Halftime score between Charlotte and West Kentucky. It's a 1-point lead for the 49ers over the Hilltoppers. Welcome back, Graham Doty, Jay Walton. Happy to be with you. And Jay, what a first half, an entertaining first half. What jumped out to you?
There's a lot of runs in that first half. You know, Charlotte got off. They were the team in the beginning of half of the game that imposed their will on both ends of the floor. They were patient offensively, got the shots they wanted, made things very difficult for West Kentucky in the half court. Then West Kentucky was able to get out in transition, get some stops, some runs. They were attacking, and you could tell the free throw line has been huge for them. 14 for 15 from the free throw line today, led by Tavion Hollingsworth, who's taken it upon himself to be very, very aggressive, make things happen for his team offensively.
What do you think will be the big keys for each team in the second half?
Well, for West Kentucky, we got to get Carson Williams involved. You're thinking, you know, he's my guy that I run my offense through in the low post. Only 2 field goal attempts in the first half. Unable to catch the ball deep in the paint where he's accustomed to doing that. So they've got to get him moving around the floor with some ball screening action and rolls to the basket to get him more involved in the half court. And then Charlotte just got to settle down a little bit and answer those runs. When West Kentucky makes a run with some transition buckets or off of their full court press, they've got to settle down, work the ball around, do their thing in their half court set, get the shot that they want.
The first half was entertaining. Let's hope the second half is just as entertaining as Charlotte leads by 1 at the break. Second half coming up next when we return.
I always dreamed of teams and have my own. Realized that hard part. So to start Ivy Mints. I'm ready for some.
Our versioning helps you live or G. Find a Northwestern at NM.
Half underway, but here's another look at how the first half ended. Tavion jets all the way to the rim.
Coast to coast in the blink of an eye. We had 5.2 seconds on the clock. So what you tell your player in that position is, look, first of all, you want to catch the ball going that direction. He was able to do that. With 5 seconds left, you're telling him you got time for at least 4 dribbles. Then you got to make a shot. Nobody ever stopped him. Able to go coast to coast and lay it into the bucket.
Hollingsworth with a game high 14 points at the break. Shot clock under 5. Anderson out of the no man's land finds Hollingsworth for 3 at the buzzer. The big game continues for Hollingsworth. He's got 17.
Most of the time, you don't want your players leaving your feet to make a pass. But Josh Anderson with the serious hang time on the baseline, and able to find Hollingsworth on the perimeter, just spotting up wide open.
Nice pull-up baseline jumper by Jordan Shepard. Leads the 49ers today with 11. Williams drives. Count the bucket for Williams.
What a finish. And Carson Wentz, we talked about him wanting to catch the ball deeper in the paint, but this time he says, you know what? Let me show you what I can do from the perimeter. Able to get the head and shoulders by Bamba, take the contact and get it on the glass.
Not a lot of shots today for Williams, but he's made all of them. He's 3 for 3 from the field. 8 points. And West Kentucky has taken their first lead of the game, up by 3. Charlotte led the majority of the first half. Anderson with a block. Bamba's looking for the call. He won't get his wish, and this time Anderson will lay one up and in. What a start for the Hilltoppers to begin the second half. Western Kentucky on a 6-2 run out of the gates over Charlotte with 18:34 to play in the second half. Led by Josh Anderson and company. 5-point lead for the Hilltoppers when we return.
There may ahead while another gives
Our grocery now with Prop.
Jay, walk us through this sequence here from Josh Anderson.
Well, it's just great effort on both ends. He goes up to contest the almost sure 2 by Bamba. Rewarded on the other end by running the floor with the finish and the foul. He was a big spark for them in the first half. Play in the back of that press, created some turnovers, got some cheap basket opportunities for the Hilltoppers. He's playing with a lot of great energy right now.
That's what I was about to say. Rick Stansbury has to be awfully pleased with the energy and effort from his Hilltoppers to begin the second half. Here's Young, man, he just makes it look easy, doesn't he? He's got 9 points.
He's able to turn the corner, and the help side was just not there. Jared Savage, you could tell he started to go, but he knew he couldn't get there without fouling and just conceded the layup to Young.
Here's a good look from Rawls, and a freshman comes through for Western Kentucky.
That's a good setup by Savage. Able to get in the paint on the dribble penetration with his eyes up and a cross-court pass, and they really need Jordan Rawls to hit that shot.
His his minutes have gone up a lot as of late. He's played 35 minutes or more the last 3 games. He played every single second against UAB. That's with Cameron Justice going down, and a turnover. Pass just out of the reach of Martin. 7 turnovers now against Charlotte.
Yeah, Rawls going to have to be big late in this game as well. You can tell early in the first half that Cameron Justice not quite 100%, not his normal self. You know, 8 minutes played and 4 turnovers and just a little bit of rust. So Rawls' minutes get even more important.
Good idea from Savage, trying to go underneath to Williams. Bryce Williams returns to the floor, coming in for Martin. Williams was efficient in the first half, 5 points in 7 minutes in that first half. What a freshman from Huntersville, North Carolina. Contact and a foul as Hollingsworth takes a nasty fall. That's the second foul against Charlotte in this second half. That's 3 fouls on the freshman, Young. Those are the type of plays and fouls that, you know, Rick Stansbury and his staff, they might be holding their breath a little bit. They can't afford anybody else to get hurt.
Anytime a Hilltopper goes to the floor, Everybody in here gets a little nervous
Yeah.
right now.
No more Charles Bassey. He got hurt against Arkansas on December the 7th. He's out for the rest of the season. And then Cameron Justice dealing with that back issue. Missed the last 2 games. He's only played 8 minutes today. Under 10 to shoot. Savitz drops it off to Williams. Williams is going to go to work. Williams fades, fires, almost got it to drop. Rebound for Edwards. He jumps on top of it, and Edwards is able to get it to Shepard. He falls down with it, flips it to Edwards. Edwards to Williams, and Williams is going to go up and get fouled, the first in the second half against Western Kentucky. That was a wild sequence.
A little sloppy there. Both teams showing great hustle, though, all over the floor. And like a rugby scrum there for just a second. And Charlotte with the break.
So Charlotte is at the line for the first time in this half. Not a lot of free throws, just now 5 attempted. Hilltoppers have attempted 11 more than the 49ers in this contest so far, which is nothing unusual for Rick Stansberry and his Hilltoppers team. That's just what they are known for. As Bryce Williams connects on both free throws. He's got 7 points in 7 minutes.
Great job off the bench. Very, very efficient.
Rawls tees up another 3. That one rims out. Rebound. That's the first rebound of the game for the freshman Bryce Williams. Edwards underneath and count that one. Fouled by Josh Anderson. And Jay, that's the 4th foul on Josh Anderson.
That's going to hurt him having to go to the bench as well as he's been playing right now. And the spark that he's provided, he's going to have to sit a while. But that time on the defensive end of the floor, just caught sleeping on the backside. Turns his head. And Edwards, great job moving without the ball. Ducks in behind for the layup and then the foul. So adding insult to injury there for Josh Anderson.
Can't convert the 3-point play. Rebound for Williams, his 4th. Justice is back on the floor. Here's Williams, guarded by Robb. Hollingsworth slices across the lane and falls down. 12 turnovers against the Hilltoppers. Here's Edwards, and he is popped with a turnover. He walks with it with a freshman Rawls beaming down on him. What a great ball game we have between these two teams. Hilltoppers up by 2. They'll have the basketball.
Doug.
For their service, we present Lini Muski to the city.
Tell you that Liberty Mutual mises, so you only pay need. Now, back to work. For what you need.
Liberty. There may ahead, wide another is the gives.
Our grocery now with prop.
Josh Anderson doesn't look very happy right now. Hilltoppers up by 2 with 15:38. He's got the look on his face because Jay, he recently picked up his 4th foul, and this will be something to monitor for sure the rest of the way for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, he's wishing he had that last defensive possession back. A little ticky-tack foul, touch foul away from the ball, falling asleep on the defensive end. And now Cameron Justice is going to come back off the bench, and his bad back will be tested for a good bit because we're way early into this half for Josh Anderson to have his 4th foul.
And he was really kind of the bright spot too. He sparked that rally and the run for the Hilltoppers. They were able to tie it thanks to his block and layup all in one sequence. There's another turnover, 13 now against the Hilltoppers, which is how many they average per game.
And Cameron Justice really telegraphed that pass into the post. You can't stare that guy that long.
Williams with a soft touch. He's just a freshman too. Charlotte is going to have a fantastic future with Bryce Williams and Young, both freshmen, leading the way in the future for the 49ers. There's another turnover. That's now 14. Shepard Misses it with the right hand. It's out of bounds. It's last touch, I think, by Williams, because they say Charlotte basketball, fresh shot clock for the 49ers, who are currently on a 6-0 run. Williams cycles it out. Shepard, this will be an offensive foul as he pushed off Rawls. That's his second in the 3rd and a half on Charlotte.
Can't quite extend the arm that far, and Ross also did a very good job of selling that to the official.
Veteran move by the freshman.
Was. Going up before our eyes.
From Chattanooga, has it in the corner here, gives it to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth with a game high 17. He floats one up and in. And the official blows his whistle. I think he just gave Hollingsworth a delay of game warning.
I believe that's right.
After that made basket. The officials have been pretty busy today. They have gone to the monitor on 3 different occasions. This is the first time we've ever had something like this, though, after that made bucket.
Yeah, I don't even know what you could, if it's a delay a game, what are we looking at here?
Well, he blew his whistle and stopped the game and went up to Hollingsworth and had words with Hollingsworth, and now here we are. Been a good game, though. We've been tied 3 times throughout the course of this and have only had 1 lead change. Charlotte led by as much as 9 at one point. The biggest lead for Western Kentucky has been 6 earlier in this second half.
You know, that's the way it should be. These games for first place in Conference USA, although we're early in the season, but top 2 teams battling it out, and it's exactly what we wanted this afternoon.
And this is a Charlotte team, touched on it a little bit throughout this game, but this is the second game of 3 consecutive games on the road. And Ron Sanchez is going to find out what he has, because the 49ers, they've been on the road since Wednesday. They play at Old Dominion after today's game. So we're just getting word what they are actually looking at. It's an elbow on a screen that was set. And now here comes the official over to tell Jay Walton officially. So what did he tell you, Jay?
That's exactly right. It's a foul away from the ball on Bryce Williams on the screen in the lane. And so it's going to be 2 shots, and West Kentucky will keep the ball.
I didn't see that at all. Did you?
I did not. I was watching that great move, that stop it.
Yeah.
Shortstop finish by Tavion Hollingsworth with a little floater in the lane is what I was watching.
So Hollingsworth now has 20 points to lead all scorers. The 20th time in his career that he scored 20 points or more. He's already approaching his season high, which he did in the win last game against Old Dominion, which is 23. So safe to say he's on pace for that. What a sequence and turn of events that is, because the Hilltoppers keep the ball as well. And Savage is going to crank a 3, and that rims out.
A well-executed out-of-bounds play, and that shot went down and really got this crowd on its feet, but in and out.
Nice find. Good pass from Shepard. This will put Charlotte at the line. That's only the 3rd foul against the Hilltoppers in the half. So Luka Vasic back in the game. He only played 7 minutes in the first half.
Really impressed with Shepard. That is a great job of being steady off the ball screen and patient vision when the cross-court pass, the one-hand touch pass to cutting Vasic.
Yeah, both of those guys have played well today. Shepard with the team high 11 for the Oklahoma transfer. 1 out of 2 offensive rebound for Edwards. So regroup here for the 49ers. Shepard trying to make something happen. And a foul underneath on Vasic as he tried to box out Justice. That's now 5 fouls on Charlotte and the second on Vasic. I guess he pushed off a little bit to create that separation. Bamba and Martin are back in for Charlotte. Williams, that's his second triple today. 11 points now for the transfer from Northern Kentucky.
A few possessions ago, he got the step on Bamba, was able to get to the rim and finish. Bamba not wanting that to happen again, decided to take his chances. Carson Williams makes him pay.
Martin tried to answer, can't hit. Rebound for Justice, his second. Gonna bring it up the floor himself. 13 minutes to go in the game between the first place Charlotte 49ers and the second place Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Charlotte has only won once ever in Dental Arena. Nice feed to Savage and count it. What a pass from Williams to Savage.
Just a heads-up play by Carson Williams. He knows the double team is coming. That's Charlotte's MO. Whenever the low post player catches the ball, the double team will immediately come. Savage knows that as well. Finds an open spot. This is a great job. Good two-man game. And another good post feed there by Cam Justice. Very, very patient by West Kentucky. Finally getting Carson Williams a low post touch.
It is now a 9-point lead for Western Kentucky, their largest of the game. Crowd now definitely into it, making some noise inside Diddle Arena. On a packed house this Saturday afternoon in Bowling Green. Young is gonna fire three and silence the crowd momentarily. He's got 12. He's just a freshman, folks.
That was a big answer.
Justice try to go in between the legs, and he gets popped for the fouls. He's shoved off. It's just been a tough day for Justice, Jay. You can just tell he's a little bit rusty after not having played the last 2 games.
Yeah, seems to be moving well, which is great. Good news for West Kentucky, particularly moving forward after today, if that back is healed up. But yeah, just not in a great rhythm, forcing the issue a little bit, and way more turnovers than we're used to seeing from Cameron Justice, the grad transfer.
Yeah, he's got 6, which is almost as much as Charlotte has as a team. Hollingsworth is now off the floor for the Hilltoppers, as Jeremiah Gambrell is in the redshirt freshman. Gambrell played 8 minutes in the first half and scored 3 points.
I would expect Hollingsworth to get a blow, come back and finish the rest of the way. Probably after this next media timeout under 12.
Martin whistle and a foul on Jared Savage, which is his second and the 5th in the half on Western Kentucky. Hilltoppers up by 6 with 11:43 to go.
On was named an safety pick. Protect the ones you love and want. Feeling safe. A Hyundai S.
11:43, second half. West Kentucky in front of Charlotte, 59-53. And Jay, take us through this nice sequence here from Williams.
Well, you saw the good post feed from Cam Justice. Ball goes inside to Carson Williams. There's the double team. Savage knows that's coming. He slips right down the lane to the open spot, receives a bounce pass, goes up and able to finish through the contact for the three-point play.
Remember, this is a Charlotte team known for their defense. They only surrender 62 points a game, which is second in Conference USA, 33rd in the country. West Kentucky right now at the 59 spot. And a costly turnover, not what Ron Sanchez wants to see coming out of a media timeout.
No, that's a good job by West Kentucky, being locked in defensively, fighting through screens, taking away the play that was designed out of the timeout.
Williams spins, hangs, can't hit, but a late whistle and a foul. This will go on Bamba. So now the Hilltoppers are in the bonus, Jay, with 11:26 to go.
They were to get there in the first half. Very, very aggressive. And Carson Weems' game's not always pretty, but he gets things done. Just puts his head down and makes you foul him.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Derrick Henry for the Tennessee Titans. You might tackle him in the first quarter, maybe in the second quarter. By the middle of the third quarter, you get tired of tackling Derrick Henry. Carson Williams is kind of that guy. He just kind of wears you down. He's so physical, tough, and he only knows one speed.
Funny you say that because they're about the same size.
They are.
6'4", 6'5", 230. Good luck trying to stop that. That's in and outs. 12 points for Williams. Williams and Savage each have 12 points, second on the team for the Hilltoppers. Shepard with under 5 to shoot. Shepard running floater. Can't hit. Rebound for Williams, his 5th. Hollinsworth back in the game during that mini timeout, by the way. Laid down on the court, got his neck and his back popped. I don't think I've ever seen that during a timeout during a game before. Misses the jumper short.
Yeah, let's hope he's just needed a little bit of a stretch.
Charlotte hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. What have you seen during that time period?
West Kentucky, I've seen them be very, very locked in defensively. Till that possession on that drive by Vasic right there, they've been very dialed in and very conscious of help side and rotations.
Justice in a crowd, can't hit, gathers it back, and I think they're going to call him, it's either going to be a jump ball or a double dribble. And they're going to say, now they're going to get together. We had one official say Charlotte basketball.
I believe it's a jump ball going up. Cameron Justice got tied up. I think there was just a little bit confusion on who had possession.
So WKU basketball with 12 on the shot clock. Gambrell lofts it to Williams. Williams carves his way all the way down the lane and count it.
You know, I was just about to say I really like that matchup for West Kentucky with Vasic trying to guard Carson Williams, and I think Carson Williams was thinking the same thing. He's like, I can take this guy between the legs, change direction, and again, the finish off the glass through contact, this time with the left hand.
His 8th consecutive game to score in double figures. He's got 14 today. Ron Sanchez, I believe he just called a timeout with 9:50 to go in the second half. West Kentucky in front 62-55, and what we're being told is a Charlotte player told the officials he got elbowed to the face, and the officials were going to look at it, and that did not take very long at all.
Our 4th trip to the monitor today. Luka Vasic is trying to say, hey, there's a reason why he was able to score on me. He hit me in the face. The officials either deemed it inadvertent or
so, and then after all that, Jay, Charlotte is going to be charged a 30-second timeout.
Yeah,
so they lose a timeout. So Williams at the line, hits the free throw. He's now up to 15 points. Eight-point Hilltopper lead. Charlotte, they were pretty much in control the entire first half. Remember, at one point had that 9-point lead and led by 1 at the break. But it's been all Hilltoppers in this second half.
Jordan Shepard's been quiet for a while. See what he can get done on this possession.
They haven't gone to him as Martin will slice his way to the rim. 5 points today from Martin. Justice with only 2 points today. Here's Williams, he's double teamed, and Williams kicks it in the corner. Hollingsworth with a shot fake, he's fouled and almost got a 4-point play opportunity.
Well, again, Carson Williams held in check throughout most of the first half, not able to get those paint touches. This time the double team comes and he's able to beat that with his dribble, get it to the backside of the floor and spot Hollingsworth for the 3. The second time today, if I'm not mistaken, that Charlotte has fouled a 3-point shooter.
Hollingsworth has made a living at the line today. He has been perfect. 9 for 9. Ties his season high at 23, which he did last game against Old Dominion, when he put on a show. 9 points, the final 38 seconds. Shades of, remember when Tracy McGrady scored 13 points in like 20 seconds against the Spurs to beat him?
Reggie Miller doing it one time in the playoffs as well.
The Knicks, yeah. That's a new season high for Hollingsworth. He's got 24. Under 9 minutes to play, 9-point lead for West Kentucky. Edwards, he's in trouble. Guarded by Justice. Here's a good look for 3. That's off the mark and a rebound. Williams snags his team high 6th board.
West Kentucky really fortunate there. They lose Shepard in the half-court offense, and that's about as wide open a look as he will get. Not able to knock it down.
Williams double team. Kicks it in the corner. Graham Burrell, his pass intercepted by Williams. 16 turnovers now against the Hilltoppers. Young with 12 points. Swings it. Young, topside 3. That can't hit. 6 rebounds for Tavion Hollingsworth. What a game for Hollingsworth. Game high in points and rebounds.
He's been much more aggressive lately, and he knew he had to be with Cam Justice out most of the last several games, and maybe not at 100% today. Josh Anderson on the bench in foul trouble.
Extra pass to Savage. Ring it up for Jared Savage. He was 0 for 5 before making that one. 6-0 run for West Kentucky. Largest lead of the game.
I think that shot from Savage may even clip the corner of the backboard somehow.
Hollingsworth will scoop it in. All Hilltoppers on this 8-0 run over the past minute 50.
Really getting away from Charlotte right here. Really got to settle down. Find a quality shot in this half-court offense.
Shepard misses the open 3. Charlotte hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes.
Another really good look for Shepard.
Justice around the screen, set by Williams. 10 to shoot. Toppers have made 5 of the last 7 to go on this run. Savage does it again. It's an 11-0 run for the Hilltoppers over the past 2:30. West Kentucky rolling 74-57 over Charlotte.
Not a weekend trip.
I'm going to take off.
Trade mobile apps.
Yeah, actually, I'm taking one last reboard.
You have Thinkorswim.
Do I risk on this position?
All set. Have a great day. Nah, they're getting
The app that fell.
Well, Jay, how do you go on an 11-0 run? How about Jared Savage with a couple of threes? He's been huge for the Hilltoppers.
A little bit of a slow start today. I think that first one may have glanced the corner of the backboard. And you see Cameron Justice, the ball screen comes, the double team. He knows that they're going to hedge hard on that ball screen, and Savage, instead of rolling to the goal, he's going to fade to the corner where he knows he's going to get that return pass from Justice and able to knock it down. Back-to-back threes from Jared Savage. He's feeling it right there. After he made that one, he's telling all his teammates, hey, get me the ball. I'm good to go right now.
Season high 18 points for the senior Jared Savage. He's a Bowling Green, Kentucky native. Played his first couple of years at Austin Peay, where his father Jermaine played. What a pickup he's been for Rick Stansberry. Savage been a special player the last 2 years for WKU. And Jay, Charlotte, they're searching for answers offensively. They have not scored in over 3 minutes.
We were talking to Coach Sanchez before the game, and one of the things he really liked about his team is their unselfishness and their balance. They got several guys that can do some things, and they love to share the ball, but sometimes you need one guy that can just go take over a game. When your team's gone on a drought and really needs a basket, a guy that can just go make a play. And so far, nobody from this Charlotte team has stepped up in the second half and been able to do that and stop these runs right here, stop the bleeding a little bit from Western Kentucky.
It's the 3rd foul on Jared Savage, the 6th on the Hilltoppers. Yeah, and their leading scorer, Jay, on the season, Jordan Shepard, averaging 15 a game. He's only scored 2 points in the second half.
Very quiet, had a couple of good looks. It just didn't go down for him, but and you know, it's not his mentality to kind of take over and force the issue.
Hollinsworth thought about the 3. This time he's going to take it all the way inside and in. 28 points for Tavion Hollinsworth.
Today's as aggressive as I've seen Tavion be all year long. You know, he's been a distributor for most of the year and trying to settle into a point guard role, find the right shots for the right people. Today, it's been all about attacking, being very aggressive, and I think this style of play suits him better.
He also has a game-high 6 rebounds. And Brell misses too strong.
You know, the Hilltoppers have a transfer from Lipscomb University, Kenny Cooper, who we're hoping to get a waiver and be able to play this year, allowing Tavion Hollinsworth to play off the ball, but did not get granted. And so Kenny Cooper will not be available to Rick Stansberry this season. So Tavion has had to handle the ball more than he was probably anticipating leading up to the season.
Just think of all the adversity that the Hilltoppers have gone through. Lose Charles Bassett. Everybody knows what a great player he is. You lose Cameron Justice for a couple of games. Can't get Cooper to play this season. And still, Western Kentucky 4-1 in the conference.
Well, we knew the expectations coming in. They were the clear favorite to win the Conference USA Championship. And when those things happen, you know, you talk to this West Kentucky team and their coaching staff, and they say our circumstances are different, our expectations have not changed. We still expect to be at the top of the league. We still expect to compete for a championship, and we believe we can do that. And so far today, the way they've battled against Charlotte, who was previously unbeaten, shows that they have that mindset. It's the way they're going to roll.
Now Charlotte, they're trying to get points any way that they can. They don't have any field goals in 5.5 minutes. Young is at the free throw line and connects on the first one. He's been perfect on the line today.
Both these teams are a little undersized. It's a very good matchup for Western Kentucky. As good as Charlotte has been offensively and as hard as they are to guard, size-wise, they match up well.
14 points for the freshman Young to lead the 49ers today. He comes off the floor as Cooper Robb back in. Down to the final 4 minutes. 15-point lead for Western Kentucky. Most points that Charlotte has given up in a game this season. 83 against UNC Asheville at home. Hilltoppers approaching that mark. What a find underneath to Savage. Seen a couple of really nice passes today by the big fella Williams. Both times they've been passes to Jared Savage.
Yeah, Savage is, you know, and that's what you expect from a fifth-year senior, a guy who's got a high basketball IQ. Did a great job moving without the ball, and Carson Williams finding it.
Media timeout. 3:46 down to the final stretch here in Diddle Arena. 15-point lead for Western Kentucky.
Discover matches all spent at the first year. Millions cashback matched. Match only for
15-point lead for Western Kentucky over Charlotte with 3:46. Hilltoppers today led by that man, Tavion Hollingsworth, with a game-high 28 points and also a game-high 6 rebounds as well. Jay's just doing a little bit of everything today.
He has, and you know what else he's done? He's not turned the ball over. As you'd think he's, you know, being more aggressive, trying to make more things happen, that he would get a little bit loose with the ball. He's played over 34 minutes in this ball game today. Only 2 turnovers. Well, as long as he's taking care of the ball like that, I'd say continue to be more aggressive. Continue to try to make those plays for yourself.
Charlotte led at halftime. They've been outscored by 16 in the second half. What do you think has been the biggest difference?
Stifling defense here from West Kentucky in the second half. Just really great job just helping each other through screens and fighting through screens and rotating on baseline drives, and hardly any offensive rebound presence whatsoever for Charlotte.
Big day for Jared Savage. Season high now, 20 points. He's approaching his career high, which is 25. Largest lead of the afternoon for the Hilltoppers. Intercepted by the freshman Rawls. That's now 13 turnovers against Charlotte. Savage couldn't quite come away with it. 17 turnovers now against WKU, and they get it right back. So sloppy last couple of possessions.
Coach Rick Stansbury asking for a little bit more patience offensively here.
Foul away from the basketball. This will put Western Kentucky at the line as the Hilltoppers in the double bonus. Jared Savage will be the one to shoot the free throws. Jared Savage, just the steady player, isn't he? Senior, you can tell he's done this for a long time. He's been great today. That's his first miss at the line. He's 10 for 11 now.
Yeah, I've seen him do this several other times as well throughout his career, but you know, he didn't have the greatest start today. Took him a while to get going. Couldn't get loose like he wanted to offensively in the first half. He doesn't get rattled. He doesn't get out of sorts, and hits big shots in big moments for this West Kentucky team.
Rare for him, he goes 0 for 2 on that trip. He's only missed at the line 5 times this season. Williams underneath, short offensive rebound for Robb. And Robb is gonna go up and swatted away by Savage. Charlotte still on the hunt for their first field goal in 7 minutes. Martin made a layup at the 9:30 mark, and that's been the last field goal for Charlotte. Hollingsworth is dangerous with the shot clock winding down, and this time he can't get one off, but I think they call a foul, and they call one on Drew Edwards.
Just a total bailout. He was about to take a really, really tough shot. Great job on defense by Charlotte. There's a whole possession. Just walked up under Hollingsworth just a little bit too much. Got him with the belly.
Kick game continues for Hollingsworth. He's approaching 30 points, Jay. 30.
He was here earlier in the year when he scored his, I think it was their first ball game, he scored his 1,000th point of his career and has racked up quite a few more since that day.
There it is. 30 points for the junior, Tavion Hollingsworth. Third time in his career that he's hit the 30-point mark, which is his career high. And he gets a standing ovation, as he should, with his effort today.
Well, this crowd knows a great performance when they see it, and they're showing their floor leader some love right now.
And Jared Savage off the floor. Savage will finish with 20 points and 5 boards. This offense is just going ice cold for Charlotte. There's another miss and a rebound underneath for Horton, who did not play in the last game against Old Dominion. Rick Stansbury has to love the effort and the response by his team during this crucial stretch. As Gambrell gets one off before the shot clock expires. Here's a good look for three. Man, Charlotte still can't hit. 1 for 7 from 3 in this half. Just 5 of 17 for the game. Rick Stansbury is going to put in Patrick Murphy, his first appearance. Murphy playing in his 5th game this season. Richard Jr. from Franklin, Tennessee. This is going to come in for Josh Anderson. Anderson will finish with only 5 points, but he made a much bigger impact on this game.
Yeah, the things he did today to impact the game won't show up on the stat sheet, but he was phenomenal in the first half. Several deflections and steals that play in the back of that press that led to some easy buckets in transition. A couple of highlight reel finishes and a block or two. This great effort, intensity that he always plays with.
Williams can't hit, and the drought continues for Charlotte. So West Kentucky will use the clock here. They're trying to get Murphy to shoot it. And he just flips it, and it's punched out of bounds by Robb, and they say it's a turnover. So Charlotte basketball, no more shot clock, 25 seconds left in the game. What a tale of different halves. First half, second half. Charlotte had the lead at the break. Then got outscored by 20 in the second half.
You mentioned earlier, Ron Sanchez really going to find out what his team's made out of with 3 straight road games. And Diddle Arena is as tough a place to play as you'll find, especially on this level. And yeah, first place battle today. And we know at least this early stage of the season that West Kentucky is very, very, very much in the hunt despite all the adversity and the losses that they've had so far this year personnel-wise.
So as both head coaches shake hands, final thoughts, Jay?
Yeah, just, like I said, I keep saying that it's early in the season, but this was a very, very important game. And Coach Sanchez and his team, he talked about how we try not to ride too high when we're high, not too low when we're low. We take each game as it comes and stay in the moment. And today was something that they'll definitely want to forget and move forward and head to, I believe, Old Dominion from here with another tough road test for Coach Rick Stansbury, his squad. And,
you got to defend your home court. They knew it was going to be a tough battle, and they really rose to the occasion. And I know he's proud of his bunch for playing that well today.
So with the win, the Hilltoppers find themselves in first place in Conference USA as Charlotte suffers their first loss in Conference USA action. So for Jay Walton, I'm Graham Doding saying so long from Diddle Arena in Bowling Green, Kentucky, where the final score, Western Kentucky 80, the Charlotte 49ers 63. All games airing on the ESPN Network, streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.